Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So today we are going to be talking another variety of Crassula called as Crassula Clavata. Now this is an extremely beautiful succulent and I think it is slightly rare. Again, I'm not very sure because this was purchased almost 2.5-3 years back, probably more than that, and ever since then I haven't seen this variety being sold among a lot of sellers. Even my regular sellers that I purchase the succulents from, I haven't seen them selling this again. Probably once or two times I might have seen, but not a very common succulent, that you will find sellers selling it. Now the issue with this succulent is it's extremely easy to grow, but I have taken the succulent for granted for so many years, and that's the reason why it's struggling so much. Now the issue with this succulent is that it has experienced the worst in my collection. I have dropped this pot 2 times and then I was on a long vacation, so all these things have taken a toll on it. But she is definitely a fighter, because if I'm going to show it to you now that I've been taking care of it, been watering it regularly, you can see that there has been a lot of new growth that is coming up, which I am pretty excited about. A lot of new growth, but the overall succulent was damaged a lot with that fall, with the being away from watering, because it requires a good amount of watering. Whenever you tend to see that the leaves are wrinkled, it's time to water. I will show you the picture of how it tends to look. Earlier it was extremely beautiful succulent. Even now it's beautiful. I don't find it to be bad or ugly or anything. Every succulent has its own beauty and charm, and I feel that it is beautiful. I love the succulent a lot. Now the reason I'm going to be taking good care, because as I said, I don't find the succulent quite often on the sellers' websites, so I have to ensure that I'm going to take very good care of the succulent. I'm not propagating anything right now. It can be easily propagated via stem cutting, via leaf propagation, because it belongs to the variety of Crassula. Very soon it is going to get into its dormant period. Summers, winter is its growing period. That's why now you can see it's slowly getting that color, the red color, because it's getting into its dormant period. Extremely easy to grow succulent. The soil has to remain the same, loose, porous and well draining. If you are confused about watering, ensure that you check the leaves. You will find evident wrinkles on the leaves, and then you can go ahead and water it. I have made a video on this earlier as well. I will put the clip on the screen and you will be able to see how the succulent starts to transform. But that time the succulent was doing extremely well. Now this is because after the 2.5 months of me being away and not watering the pot, that's why the succulent is looking extremely unhappy. But I'm going to put 1000% in it to revive it and make it healthy once again, because this is one of very prized succulent in my collection. I love the succulent a lot, so I have to take extreme good care, and probably very soon it will start to do quite well. I'll put the images, I'll put the video on the screen. You will be able to see. Most important sign of dehydration are the wrinkles. So you can see there are a lot of wrinkles on the succulent. This indicates that the succulent is very thirsty and requires water. Now if your roots are healthy, if the soil is loose, and if the succulent is healthy overall, within 24 to 48 hours of watering, you will notice that the succulent immediately absorbs the water and stores the water back in the leaves. When this happens, all the wrinkles will disappear, as you can see in this clip. When it comes to sunlight, I would say give it a good amount of sunlight for 5 to 6 hours. Only then it's going to have color. The partial part, this pot was partially receiving sunlight, so this portion where it is red was getting a good amount of direct sunlight, whereas this one was receiving indirect bright light. The succulent was placed like this, so this portion was getting only half the light. That's why you can see there is more red on the front portion of the succulent and green on the back portion. So this was because of the light that it was receiving. So if you're going to give it a good amount of morning direct sunlight for 5 to 6 hours, it will turn completely red. I will put as many images or videos as I can on the screen so you can understand how this succulent tends to look like. So the basic care requirements: the soil has to remain loose, porous and well draining. Try to maintain a very slight moisture in the soil, or if you're worried about that, then just wait for the wrinkles to appear. The succulent will show signs that it needs water. sunlight is 5 to 6 hours morning direct sunlight and indirect afternoon sunlight. If you only receive afternoon sunlight, then don't expose it to afternoon direct sunlight. Use a shade cloth or a filter net, especially during the summer months, otherwise the leaves will get burned. It's a pretty easy to grow succulent. You can do a stem cutting, you can do a leaf propagation, you can separate the offsets once they reach a decent size. Pretty easy to grow succulent, but I'm not very sure why this succulent is not very popular. Probably a lot of sellers are not selling this variety. I'm not sure for what reason, but it's an extremely beautiful succulent. I will do a propagation probably in winters. Right now I'm going to concentrate more on its well-being. I'll try to give it a good amount of watering because it's very dry right now. So I will try to balance the watering, give it a good amount of light, and let's see and hope how it tends to do. I will definitely keep you updated about its growth rate and how it is doing. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.